All right, on this video, I'm definitely going to show you something quite a bit different. Today, I've got a four-wheel drive school bus on 37s behind me, belonging to my buddy Steven Merrill. So Steven, what do we have here? What is this thing?
It's a 2013 Ford E-450 chassis with a Thomas school bus body.
Okay, so now this was an actual working, functioning school bus that you converted, correct?
Correct.
So how did it come to be? Why did you want to build a school bus? Like, talk to me about that, because it's very unusual. It's very awesome.
So working with U-Joint Off-Road, we deal with vans every day, and I wanted something different. So when we started looking for a van, we came across a few buses and whatnot, and I really liked the idea of having that completely different rig.
Right.
And so once we found the right one, I flew to Pennsylvania to get it, and here we are. It is a 6.8 liter V10 with the 5R110 transmission. The rear axle is still a 70, Dana 70, and the front is a Dana 60.
Okay, so obviously this thing was two-wheel drive from the factory. You had to make it four-wheel drive. What did you do to make it four-wheel drive? From
U-Joint Off-Road, it is a leaf sprung kit. When we did the conversion, we added the MV271 transfer case to the 5R110 transmission. Dana 60 out of 02 Super Duty. It's a high pinion with crossover steering from U-Joint Off-Road with spec springs for the weight of the rig, and Fox 2.0 shocks with a Hellwig sway bar, which performs fantastically. It also has a free spin kit from SpinTech for the locking hubs and everything on the outer. Okay, now the rear suspension, same thing, you had to basically get it right for the weight? Correct. The rear springs are weighted for what we did interior-wise and all the add-on goodies. Right. And it has additional airbags as well, right? It does have airbags as well. Now, are the airbags mostly for when you have this thing loaded out for basically overlanding, if you will? Yeah, so it's for when we really are in the transport mode of, we got all the kids in, we got all the gear in, and we're trying to make it to our destination to make that a little bit better of a ride. Okay. Now, what differential gears? Does it have lockers, anything like that? So it's 456 front and rear, of course, with an open rear and a true track in the front. And what would you, I guess, say this is lift-wise? Like, if someone was like, how lifted is this? Like inches-wise? Right. So technically it's a 6-inch lift from U-Joint Off-Road on 37-inch tires. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about the tire and wheel package. This was originally dually. It's a single rear wheel now. What did you all do to make that happen? So we got the 17-inch wheels that are Method HDs, and we wrapped them in the 37-inch by 1250 Nitto Ridge Grapplers. Ridge Grappler is sort of that hybrid in-between tire. Was there a particular reason why you wanted to go with that? What do you do with this that you would need a more aggressive tire, or does this tire kind of fit your needs? The tire really does fit the needs because, we're really, we have to get to the destination, and once we get to the destination, we still have that aggressiveness to get where we really want to go. So this does great in the sand and the mud and everything else, to where when we get to the destination, we have the confidence to make it a little bit further. Right. Or to make it back out. And the concept of this was not to go rock crawling. That was not the idea. This is to take, you've got a family, you've got how many kids? So I've got 4 kids and a wife. And it really is to be able to transport the whole family to the beach when we go camping on the beach, or when we go out for vacation, we rent a house to be able to transport them all on the beach, and or in the mountains back home. When it snows, we're still able to get around and maneuver. With a family of 6, you gotta have to have a bigger vehicle to have all the stuff. How important was it to keep it looking like a school bus? Obviously, you could have painted it, done it, and everything else. Correct. Honestly, for me, it was because it adds that pop. It's not every day that you see a four-wheel drive school bus with all these goodies on it running down the road. And so it's a head turner, and the attention of it. That's pros and cons. Of course, you get attacked at every gas station you stop at, but it's still awesome, and the kids love it. I don't think we would change anything about it.
Okay. Now, talk me over some of the add-ons. I mean, let's start at the front. Obviously, one of the most noticeable things when you're coming down the road is it's on 37s, but it also has a winch bumper. So if anyone is just slightly confused if it's still a real school bus, like they should maybe pause and say, okay, it's got like some LED Baja lights. All right, what's going on? So tell me about the front bumper and how it's all set up.
On the front, it's got a FB002 from U-Joint Off-Road with a Warren winch, 12.5 with Baja Designs as the lights in the front.
Okay, now that bumper, I know a lot of this stuff is aluminum to try to keep weight down. Most of that bumper's aluminum as well, correct?
All aluminum.
Okay, so that definitely helps with, I know this thing can get, kind of heavy. What about this gigantic roof rack?
The roof rack is made from 80/20 with custom feet mount that we made for it from the gutter system. It's got 300 watts of solar up top, rooftop AC. It also has flooring for the tent on the passenger side. It's got a CVT tent as well.
I will pan out so you can see, this is a massive ladder to get up to this, tent. Who sleeps up there?
So we have 3 boys ranging from 11 to 15.
Right.
And so they all like it to sleep up top. That's their tree house.
Sure.
It's their fort, and they love it up there.
How tall is it roughly from?
9 feet.
9 feet. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. That's pretty incredible. It's hard to take it in camera just how tall it is to climb up, but it's really cool from the top. You got a great view. I like that. Now, out back, what's that set up?
So the Outback, we don't really have an aftermarket bumper. It's just tire swing out and a Yeti holder or cooler holder for just extra storage, cold storage.
Right.
They are mounted to the steel bumper. The steel bumper is like 1/4 inch steel.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty thick.
Okay.
So we were able just to 3-bolt there and have 2 pivots, and that allows it to swing out, and we still have access to the rear door.
Okay. Inside, it definitely doesn't look like the old school bus anymore. That's quite different, at least no school bus that I've been in. So talk me through the interior upgrades.
The interior upgrades include ripping out the old school bus seats because they're literally about 12 inches wide. And then we got some coach house seats from a nice lady that was doing a conversion on her coach house bus. And I put a set of 8 seats in there, so there's 4 sets of 2. And then there's a queen bed in the rear with a Dometic fridge underneath it. We also have a toilet that's just a regular like composting toilet inside.
You did all of the interior work on this bus? Like, you've built basically this bus mostly.
Yeah, just about everything, with help from a few friends.
Right.
Of course, but yeah, we've built everything.
So this isn't something that, I should preface this, don't contact him to build you a bus necessarily. Like, he doesn't build school buses, but he does know how to build. If you want a 4-wheel drive bus, call U-Joint Off-Road. Don't call poor Steven Merrill at home. Now, this thing has been around. I know it's sort of been an evolution. So you've had this thing for about 2 years now?
2.5 years.
Okay, I remember I got to see this thing a while back, and we did some stuff with it, and I knew it had gone under more changes. So that's sort of the update of all of this. And I mean, having it for this long, for 2 years, you've got enough seat time now to say, what are the things that you love about it? What are the things that you don't love about it?
Honestly, I love the whole thing. The negatives would be that it's big.
Right.
So you're not gonna go downtown anywhere.
Right.
And maneuver, but who really wants to do that when you have all this?
Yeah, no, I get that. Has there been any surprises with owning this that you're like, oh, I didn't expect this?
No, not really. Just the attention.
Okay.
All the attention. I didn't think it was gonna get this much attention or that, but anywhere and everywhere we go.
Now, you just got done cooking us a really awesome hibachi lunch out here in the middle of nowhere, outside of Fletcher, North Carolina. You got a nice awning on the side. So what's your cook setup? What's all that?
So we do have a Fiamma. It's the largest one that they make. It's a manual rollout. It's 14.8 long, which is fantastic. Does great. We've had it on the beach. We've had it in windy situations. It does phenomenal. We have a 25-gallon propane tank mounted underneath with propane lines running wherever we need them for hot water or for cooking on the other side. And then we have 60 gallons of water after the axle with an onboard hot water heater as well. So we can have hot water to clean the dishes after we get done cooking, and or showers when we need them, or if the kids need to get, you know, cleaned up before they get into the tent.
What, I guess, is next for this thing? Or if you're at the point where you're just like, hey, I'm enjoying it and we're gonna keep using it?
We are still gonna, I mean, of course, keep using it, but the next would be a little bit more interior work. Once we get everything figured out as far as functionality, we really want to continue out the build interior wise with maybe some cabinets and countertop, maybe an indoor sink and whatnot, just to be able to help with the ease of being out of the elements.
Right. Well, that's awesome. Well, this thing's pretty incredible. If you guys have any questions, you can find Steven Merrill at Steven Merrill on Instagram. I'll put like a little thing right there where you can find him. You can drop some questions in the comments here, and we hope to see this thing more very soon for some other adventures that are coming to the channel. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. It actually really helps. And yeah, I have to continue to pander to you to do that. So appreciate you guys watching. And as always, hope to see you on the trail. Take care. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider subscribing to the Driving Line channel. Our goal is to excite, entertain, and educate you on all things automotive. So if you want to come be part of our journey, please hit that subscribe button, and we hope to see you on the next video. Take care.